Hey, government and economics class. Today I'm just going to share some quick information for you on the stock market, and then there will be no additional assignment for today. Couple things as you're investing in the stock. As I mentioned yesterday, I do want you to choose something and based upon a price before spring break. Now, again, you can look that up. You can find, pick a date, just whatever stock you're investing in that you like, just Google Apple stock, April, 5th or whatever, and you'll probably find the price. You're going to follow that until mid-May. And we'll probably wrap this up around May 15th, okay, to see if you've gained or lost. Several things, today I'm just going to share with you as far as deciding to invest in stocks. Um, First of all, there's different types of investors. You have people who basically are more do-it-yourself investors. These are people who are probably going to use more of the online support um, that you can find, and there's a lot of the companies that basically will have things that you can go online, buy the stock, like E-Trade, for example, and follow it and see how you're doing. And if you've got the time to do that, and you know what you're doing, that's really a good thing to do. And there's the others who basically sort of hand, there's the investment to someone else who's more trained in this area, whose job is for you to follow, the stock market, sort of understands how it's going to work. And right now, again, we are at a very volatile time with the stock market, probably more so, you know, I would definitely say during my lifetime, I've never seen a stock market bouncing up and down like it's doing right now, where it literally goes up 1,000 points one day, drops 2,000 points the next day, back up 1,000 points. Um, as I'm talking to you right now, the stock market supposedly has dropped about 500 points. By the time I talk to you tomorrow, it may be up by 500 points. It is really a very volatile time because of the pandemic. Oil prices are dropping to the lowest they've been in years. Um, you have people who, unemployment is went from around 3.5% to 4% to right now expected to be around 10 to 15%, and expecting to hit 20 to 25% here in the United States. So, for an investor, this is a really challenging time because when you're picking companies to invest in, you have to try to figure out, based upon your knowledge, which companies do you think will probably continue to be strong, will bounce through this, and continue to grow, and which companies that may be hurt by this. So that's one of the first things is, are you a do-it-yourself or are you someone that's going to turn to somebody else? As far as opening up an account, again, you know, it really depends. Generally, you have several options there. Mutual funds is where they basically combine a group of stocks and you can invest. A lot of times, mutual funds, there'll be a minimum, maybe $1,000 that you have to invest. But you will get like a group of stocks, and they will usually be a very diverse group. So that way, like if one stock is going down, the odds are another one might be going up. These are a little bit more safe, secure for the first-time investor. You're probably not going to take a major loss as much. Or you can invest in individual stocks. Now, here you can honestly invest, a lot smaller amount. You might just find a stock that, maybe $10, $15 a share, buy 10 shares or whatever online and see what happens. But one of the key things here is diversity. When you're investing in a stock, you want to have stocks that basically are going to bounce themselves out. You hope that they all grow, but you want stocks that basically will balance themselves out. So you basically, what you want, for example, you might want a stock that is in a high tech field. That'd be like Apple, Microsoft, Intel. You might want stocks that are in the medical, Johnson and Johnson, Abbott Labs, Pfizer. You might want stocks, food, or retail, like Kroger, Walmart, Target, or even food production like Kraft, You know, but these type of stocks, or a company like Procter and Gamble that makes numerous types of products, where if one product's not selling, the odds are the other ones are. But if you sort of tie into one type of industry, let's say if I put all my money in auto industry. Well, right now, the auto industry is taking a major hit because of people's fears about their jobs. You can't really travel anyway. So it's not like there's this great desire to go out and buy a car now because you may not be able to use it that much. So it's very limited. So, that the whole field could end up going down together. Now, again, they may bounce back, things like that. So I'm not saying you don't invest in this area, but if you only invest in one area and that one area takes a hit, then your stock portfolio is going to take a major hit. Then you basically have, the passive investor or the more aggressive investor. One thing that's very important, in most cases when you invest for a long term. Most, stock brokers will suggest that you should at least anticipate holding onto that stock for at least 5 years. But you have more aggressive investors called day traders. They're literally trading their stocks on the hour, every day, trying to make that quick profit. Now, these people, that is primarily their focus. They are sitting possibly in front of their laptop, watching the stocks, deciding, okay, do I move my money here or move it to somewhere else? And they're getting quick profits and turning it around very quickly. Most people, if you have a different career, this is not an option for you. So you generally are going to invest. You sort of, try to make what you think is a good decision and hold on to that stock. A lot also depends on what are you investing for. Are you investing for, short-term gain? Like maybe you want to buy a home, invest maybe in a college fund or something like that, or is it like retirement? So whatever your focus might be may also determine how long you hold onto your stocks. The last thing I want to mention is basically, and I mentioned before, is setting a budget and determining how much can you invest in a stock. Back in the Great Depression, you could borrow money to invest in a stock. It's called buying on margin. That's no longer allowed to take place. Today, if you invest, you have to show that you have the capability and the funds. If you invest, whatever it might be, that if you lost that money, that you would be okay. That you're not sort of throwing all your money into a stock market with the hopes of gaining wealth, and all of a sudden it crashes and you've lost everything. So today, what you sort of look at, much like when buying a house, the bank sort of estimates that you should not spend much more than 36% of your wage on buying a home. Anything beyond that, you're putting yourself possibly in financial danger if things go wrong. If all of a sudden you take a pay cut, you're out of work for a period of time. All of a sudden now your home becomes vulnerable. So generally they try to keep it at a certain range. Buying a car, same thing. What kind of payment can you afford? When you add up basically all your payments, all the things that you owe, you see how much money you have left each month. That's what you tend to look at for investment. Most people try to invest somewhere between 5 to 10% is the range. Now, again, if you have more money, you might be able to invest more money. Okay, for some people that 5% may be a challenge, but you don't want to go beyond. Okay, to a point where you're investing money that you're actually sacrificing, basic needs, like housing, food, clothing, shelter, things like that. So that's one of the big challenges too. So, I hope this helped out a little bit as we move more into economics. Again, I recommend that you guys, look back, make sure you get caught up in your assignments. If you have any questions, catch me on Zoom or email me. And I hope you guys have a good day. Take care.